blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brother gave me the fear, the promise of death. The work of my life without fear.
I live
Master.
Play Paris, I can't Sktv menu. C'est ma chenille, sinon qu'elle a c'est ma gamme. And you no money, c'est moi yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise from best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
In the Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, it is the best in Africa. And Sktv, it is the best in the entire world, right? Yes, indeed. And most definitely, we are the best because why? People will go without Buddha. You know, yeah, that's the point. We bring you the high core truth. That's how we look. You know, for us, we don't sift. And, you know, and there were some of you. There where you have some issues with all that. You want us to sift. You want us to do pick and choose or do no. We don't do that here on this show. It's for this platform. We talk it, they will see it, and that's just it. Plain truth. You know that the plain truth is again. It's not easy to sometimes to tell people the truth. You know that what you know. All the Bible says the truth. Yeah, if you know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Yeah. That means that point, some of you can be taking it for a joke. That thing. If you know the truth and you try to cover the truth, you acting like you for side or you want to take side or you support another group because you feel that that's the kind of group that you're associating with, then guess what? Something they call karma is indeed around. So that's why you gotta be very careful. You gotta say the truth. Even though the truth will hurt you, it will make you feel terrible. You don't want to, sometimes the friendship, the relationship, the things you in. So sometimes you are afraid. You don't want to talk too much before people feel that, but you got to say the truth. And the truth will set you free. Even if you die for saying the truth, no wahala. People die. People stand up for the thing today that we're enjoying today. People stand up. Let me tell some of you today. And then we don't want to bring the freedoms. No. All the freedom we enjoy today, here and there, people die for it. People put their lives on the bowl for the freedom that we all today that we're enjoying today. That some people, they don't even want for other people to even talk. Then they get into their feelings. They feel that only they should talk. Only they should say things. Only they should, no. There's freedom today. There's freedom. Yeah. Well, anyway, people, let's share the show. Today is Thursday, basic Thursday indeed, wet Thursday, the 17th of July, the 7th month, and the year remain the same, 2025. Please, let's share the show. We're going to recognize a few of you, our viewers, our followers, listeners. Indeed, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know exactly your time locations. Maybe in the afternoon, maybe in the morning, or better stay in the evening and so forth, like us here in Liberia. Is in the evening time here. Mom will join us very, very soon. Brother Ali will join us here. Mr. Cannon will also be here with us. Steve Bode, Mose will also be here with us this evening. So please share the show. You know, today's Thursday will be hot. It will be hot too. Let's share the show. I have a lot of people following already via the radio. People came with, you know, when this kind of thing happen, I don't know, people just be texting. I can't wait to follow SKTV because people just feel that, yeah, for us here, we say it the way we see it. So that's why people can be messy, you know. So not gonna be one say, Father, what kind of grace you give to us? That we are so, you know, brave like this, you know, like this, you know. But again, that's the truth. When you say the truth, you stand for the truth, nothing more but the truth. There are people who they do quote unquote, they do all kinds of things to get themselves, you know, entangled into truth. So sometimes when they are saying the truth, people say, oh, bah, why you feeling? Ain't that true, right? Some of you, you know, there are people who they already in track. In fact, they see themselves now like some kind of thing. Yesterday they were saying the truth. So the people gave them attention. Today, where are they today? They bypass the same truth. They went by and said, no, the thing I said yesterday. And your vote for you're trying to show people, no, the country interest. Let me on them point. And not true. This country of ours, it will not bring. Yeah, man. So let me recognize a few of our people, money, yummy. Okay, thank you so much for joining us, Marie Pratt. Also, thank you for joining us. And Lina Yimpan, thank you. Robert Fasulu Jackley, you share the show. Sandy Addison, in fact, say, yeah, the truth will set you free. Yeah, indeed. Say the truth. If you're wrong, even in your home, in your life, in your marriage, anything you're into, and you're wrong, say, my people, I'm sorry. That's the only way that you get better life. That's the only way that you live in peace. Let me tell you. But you continue to be defending. Always on the defense. Always on the defensive. When you're in government, then you're on the defense. What kind of country is this? Where we heading to? But anyway, let me share some more here because we have so many things to talk about, especially today on the protest. And we'll also bring in some of the latest happening, you know, yes. Also, you know, there's other things happening, but today, our major focus, FC and Mr. Khan and the other team join us, will be about the protest on today. Mind you, this, what do people say? Okay, good. So, they call them the what? Stand. Solidarity and trust for a new day, Current the Stand group headed by Moluba Molu on today, Moba Molu on today have their wonderful protest, the most talk about protest that have been in the corridor now for nearly how many months? 2 months or 1 month plus, right? Yes. So hopefully today they were given the opportunity at least to come out, to have their say, to give out their petition to the government about, you know, that's the big, look, the one will come in and one can say, give the right to other people. Give the right to other people. Let the people come on and say, when you can, you know, hey, man, when you want, let me share myself, I'm sharing this show because some of you, Jackie said, say what? It is the right of the people to assemble, yes, but that's it's the right of every human. Let me tell you, I will here today, maybe one day I can become somebody big, right? So if I come here, but if I'm here not talking, people have that right, people have that freedom. Then tomorrow now they put me somewhere. The people say, maybe I'll come and be to this place. Then I come back here and say, no, they play, I come, nobody shouldn't come here, or no. Then I mean, you know, and I will look. But again, let go people. The president too, somewhere around the, I think the EJS, right? Yes, EJS Ministerial Complex. I think they're doing something there too also. But the team, yeah. So we're trying to share. But what we're doing is share. Let me see. Let me bring you some of the highlights. Yeah, indeed. Let me bring some of the highlights. Okay, but are you over there? Yeah. But what we're doing the share. So let's do the sharing first. Let me see. Let me play you some of the highlights. How do the sharing?
Thank you. So, again, Chairman, I want to say thank you to you, my people who turned out today. I want to say thank you to our motorcyclists, to our truck.
Yes. So, oh, sorry about Ali over there. So, people, please let's share the show, man. Ali want to hit Ali 400. Then now we can start the show. But brother Ali, good evening, my dear brother. I know it's either afternoon or morning to your end, but good evening.
Good afternoon, Maybon. Good afternoon to our followers, the listening audience. Good afternoon to Mama Labiro. This is Aliyu Masali from Baltimore, Maryland. Glad to be here this afternoon. How's Mama Labiro?
Well, Mama Liberia today been busy, you know, as usual. We are children or children can give a hard time. So today again, Mama Liberia, all the children came out and to talk to the other children. So indeed, Mama Liberia is great, even though there have been rainfall and yes, but I think all is well. We are okay back home, even though we're in a rain season. And our people are going about with their normal business or businesses. The marketeers, they are all into their market buildings, you know, we are selling their legos or one two team can call it. And the lawmakers are also parading with their laws, the law they're supposed to do. And the president also been doing a little thing somewhere around the ministerial complex. So we are good. We are good to go.
Ali, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Oh, this was one of my greatest prayer today, and finally God answered my prayer. I want to see people protesting in Liberia, but I don't want to see a protest that will shut down government activities, or I don't want to see a protest that will stop people to carry on their normal businesses. And today I saw government buildings, people carrying on their normal operations. I'm very, very glad. This is what I pray for, but not to see protests that will make government to shut down, to lose millions of dollars a day just because people are protesting. It makes no sense to me. So I would say thanks to the protesters out there today, and for Mama Liberia, I saw. For me, even though I didn't see much, I didn't hear about any police brutality, because these are things that we were talking. At least we were able to put them on track. If we were not saying some of these things, all of these funny plans we've been hearing about, they were going to happen today. But sometimes when you hear anything, anywhere there is smoke, there is fire, you talk about it, and they will say, oh, the people already get our plan, our strategy. And thank God that everything went on peacefully. I don't know if something happened, but for the few minutes what I watched, I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything about violence, police brutality. So far, so good. I'm happy for that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Also for that wonderful prayer always. And yeah, you know, people say you you for the other political party, but every time you speak or you talk, yeah, I think what you talk on is just all about the betterment of our country. So let me give it out to you, Brother Aliu. Even though we've been calling other people, this is your own network. The opportunity is given to you out there. If you have the chance that you want to be part of the team of panelists, you are welcome. Anytime, any day, whether you're from ACCO, whether you're from OCCO, whether you're from any kind of organizations, the only thing we want you to do is talk for Liberia and you know, and be part of the national discourse. That's all. We don't want you just be on the fence and just be attacking back to back. No. So you come also so that other people can listen to you. That's the best thing to do in their life. I always say, my brother, we disagree to agree. At the end of the day, we're all looking for one solution from Liberia. So again, that's it. I join you to also to say yes, indeed. Myself today, I think today is one of my happiest days, because why? You know, every time when people hear about this kind of thing, they think that the entire earth will open and things will happen. People will do things. People will, you know, everything. But the way things go today, even though at the end of the day, people are attacking me, oh, people chugging right, you're not posting about it here. Whatever. I don't see, I don't get proof of people chugging rack or who chug rack. Only I saw that only on the police website, and they said I think few persons, I think I don't know, got hurt or what happened, and well, that's it. And if that happened, for me, I want to say that was not good. But from the entire process up to the ending, I think it was peaceful. We should give it out to God and to our people, the protesters, and the Liberia National Police. But again, everybody will have their own political side. People want to politicize everything in this country. I watch from the beginning, from this morning up to the evening time when the people are leaving. I watch everything. It look like politics. Who have sides? Who have crime? Who have the best numbers? Who can do this? Who can control people? Who on the other side? Who doing other? So Liberians, they were coming today. Now you will know now these people that some of you always calling your hero. I saw them today. They posting back to back. What are you? That's it, my brother. Go ahead. What say you? What's up? What going on? Let me see. I think Monk is here. Also, let me bring Monk on.
Maybe all the thing we do, Liberia, we should consider Liberia as our biggest political party. Liberia should be your biggest political party. Liberia is all we have. No matter which political party you belong to, everybody wants to see the best for Liberia. For me, that's how I think. Whether I for CDC, I for whatever party, for CDC, Liberia is my biggest political party. And for Democrat, America is my biggest political party. That's who I am. So the only thing that we can be doing, some of us said those politicians, they even said no, or you call our near around and they know we kidding ourselves for them. So put the interests of the country first above political party. That's all we can do. What's up, Monk?
Monk?
What's up, guys? You hear me?
Yes, we get you, my dear brother. Go ahead. Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to Sktv once again, to our listening audience. America, Canada, the UK, and Liberia more specifically, other parts of the world, but Liberia more specifically because it's our target audience. I'm not saying that you're not important if you find yourself in another part of the world, but at least that's the target audience. And once you're a Liberian, technically, you are also part of the group back home. But anyway, it's nice to be on Sktv. I'm following the conversation and some of the events happening in the country, more noticeably the protests of today. I got my own theory. Matter of fact, I predicted what was going to happen in this protest anyway, and I think I was on the right side again. It's not only about being on the right side, it's just about doing the right thing. And like you said, it's not about scoring political points, it's just about advocating on behalf of the country. You want good things to happen in your country. We'll be 178 years old in a few days' time, and you look at the progress of the country, it seems like we are just on the hamster wheel, going to nowhere. It keeps getting worse. The last time I checked, I think Liberia have been in a consistent decline since 1980. That's what I would say. So where we are today, it never happened overnight. It's been over the past 45 years. You think one administration is supposed to be better, the other one will come and do far worse. And that's just why we are retrogressing rather than making progress. That's just why it is. But anyway, I will stop there for now for the introduction until we get into the discussion.
Yes, indeed, Mo. Thank you. Even though in other news, the Liberian Senate has overwhelmingly voted to confirm Associate Justice Chief Justice Yami Kwekwe as Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. So finally, Liberia has a new Chief Justice as we speak, and so that's one of the news in Liberia as of today. So again, that's good news for us as people that at least we have a new Chief Justice after our former Chief Justice Yu retirement. Mayo, she retire based on her age, 70 years, and so because of that, the government had to replace her, and they choose Yami Basic, one of the associate justice who also on a bench to replace her. So as we speak, is now being voted by the Liberian Senate to be the new Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. So that's one of the news back home And yes, so I think I heard another news that I think one councillor Buaka Kane also have been nominated as one of the associate one of the associate justice on the bench of the Supreme Court. So Councillor Buaka Kane, I think will be facing the Liberian Senate anytime soon to also replace the Chief Justice. You know, it's address by address. Those of you, maybe you don't know, but it's address by address that whenever the other position is vacant, that means the president has to nominate another person into that position. So because of that, the president has nominated Councillor Buakai Kane, son of Papolo County, as member of the Associate Justice. So far, so good. These are trending news. And apart from the STEM protest, mind you, the STEM, or we can call the Solidarity for Trust or STEM, they had their protest. And mind you, they protest been around now for a little time, headed by Moba Molu, I think nearly a month or 2 months so, and been doing a lot of awareness for the protest. Liberians should stand up for the ills in society, the way the government is running things, and so forth. And also, on today, they were able to have their protest, their peaceful protest, and it was wonderful, including the Liberian National Police, the government, also reactions towards them were also good. And yes, all were great today, my brother. But the only thing is that there are a lot of mixed reactions from the public that we have to do with the political aspect of the entire thing on today. So, Mark, I think so far so good. These are some of the trending national issues back home.
Yeah, now, definitely. I think you said it all. The nomination, because when you fit in the Supreme Court Chief Justice seat, then you create another vacancy to be filled. For me, I'm not interested in who you put to the Supreme Court Chief Justice or who the Associate Justice. I'm interested in judicial reform. I want constitutional reform in Liberia. I want electoral reform in Liberia. Because if you cannot reform these important institutions, nothing's going to change just because you change the individual. We just saw a Supreme Court Chief Justice here that were giving her own view, claiming the name of law and constitution. So I could care less. And the guy who will ascend to the position of the Chief Justice, he's already on the bench. He's nothing. He's nobody new. It's not like some strange person you are bringing. He's been in the corridors for a long time. So, I mean, it's a good thing. But equally so, if you really want to make progress for us, for some of us who claim to want better for the country, we want to see certain reform. Our constitution cannot fit present-day reality. It's outdated. It's antiquated. It's not going to move the country forward. Our laws and judicial laws, some of them need to be revamped, restructured and reorganized. So for me, I'm not interested in changing the individual. I'm interested in changing the system because that's the only way you're going to get better results. So that's a good news too for the country either way.
Yeah, great. So we can now move into the discussion, even though Steve will come later on and join us. But again, we can't wait. So we got to move straight into our discussion for today that having to do with the protest on today. Enough is enough, according to STEM, headed by Moba Moru. Yes. So first of all, I don't know. Okay, sorry that I think at this level of the line. But Mark, let's begin with you. The issue of Liberians holding the government accountable. Or in fact, what say you with the entire protest first? Then I have a few questions I'll be asking as we go through.
I mean, for me, I took a position on this protest a long time ago. I like to hold government accountable. I like to hold people feet to the fire. But if you remember earlier, I posted something today. I think where I posted, I say perception in politics, everything. I mean, perception and optics is everything in politics. The outcome was so predictable that even Steve Wonder could see a lot of years in advance. The reason I said that I never changed my position on this subject matter. Sometimes the messenger happens to be the problem, or the man who's leading the protest today, and some of the faces we see in this protest, they were given a chance to govern. I want to hold Joseph Boga free. I'm now a fan of Joseph Boga. I will never be a fan of Joseph Boga because I know the kind of a solution Liberia Joseph Boga cannot deliver. Whether you give him 1,000 years in office, the fundamentals of Liberia economy is not going to change with Joseph Boga. So there's nothing new for me. I mean, I respect him as a president. He's already president. We cannot really to get the elections. Elections are over. But the people leading the protest, the last time I checked, the guy who led the protest, he also organized a counter protest while he was in power. He was the chairman for the ruling party at the time. When he talked about accountability, he never mustered the courage to even come against their own government. People will say, oh, you can't do that. But we're seeing it happen in other countries. The people that brought people to power also protested against them. He couldn't take that position. Matter of fact, to even castigate his own president, he came up with some secret recording in the name of being drunk to pretend like he was drunk. But he was saying exactly what the public was saying at the time. So I told you guys, this protest will die a natural death. The government, the fundamental reason why you host a protest is to force the government to change the way how she's doing business. It's not only about engaging the process, it's about having an outcome. It's about having a goal that you want to accomplish. And in the case of the protest, I knew you won't get nothing out. They were not going to bring people out. I don't see any political leader, even some of Joseph Boaga vocal critic like Yege Koluba, who can be the backbone of more protests in Liberia, most noticeably the June 7 protest. I don't see any of them. I don't see your comments. I don't see your Benina Yuri. I don't see chairmanability. I don't see other voices.
But not political protest, Mark. They say
it don't have to be a political protest. It's all about governance. It don't have to be a political. It's the same process. You take your petition to the government. You raise some issue with the government. Enough is enough. Suffering, the high cost of living, inflation, it's the same old thing. So either way you tend it to be, it will still end up with some political undertone. That's what I'm saying. The COP can also make the same case that we're only making a petition, we're not a protest, but at the end of the day, it still has some political undertone. So that's just why it is. And where we are right now, I think matter of fact, I saw some comment from the president because one of the protesters had a placard that said Joseph Boaga can, C-A-N with an apostrophe T, can lie. So Boaga said, yeah, I accept that because you guys are the one that can lie. So you will always play politics with these kind of issues. And like I said, I'm mostly interested in the outcome of protest, not just because you want to raise the flag and call the government feet to the fire, most especially if you are given an opportunity to govern at that time and you did worse. The reason we got Joseph Boaga today was because of the performances of Georgia. And so that's just how we ended up here today. So I'm not saying that protest is your right. It's a fundamental constitutional right. Matter of fact, it's an inalienable right. It's even bigger than the Constitution because any country I know in this world, whether it's the US or other major country, when it comes to First Amendment right or your protest right, it's an inalienable right. You can do it. But the thing is, if you keep coming up with protests for no reason, you just want to put a political point on our point on the scoreboard, you want to score political point, then more than likely you will not get the outcome. So for me, I knew how it was going to end up, and I don't see anything that's going to change. I mean, I must commend them for coming out. It's not a bad thing to call some issue, but sometimes the faces behind the protest, the people leading the charge, and everything is perception in politics. When people feel that they cannot be comfortable with the faces or the individual organizing the protest, then it becomes a hard sell. And I know in politics, when you got a goose, it's easy to make the sales page to the people. And unfortunately, this one never passed the smell test, so it just died on natural death. That's just how.
Well, before I bring Brother Ali on, let me respectfully maybe disagree with some of the things that you said or that you just stated. That this protest, I don't want to blame any political party or political party leaders of Honorable Yeke Koluba or other people. No, because why? It is all on the emblem of a civil society organization. So if you want to join, you join. If you don't want to go, well, it is up to you. And they were not forcing people. That's another thing. But maybe the June 7. Someone will say, yeah, but then maybe what happened to the June 7? The June 7 protests were headed by a lot of political pundits, political activists, people who were quote into politics and so forth. So it was basically about, hugely about politics and so forth. Now to this one, there are a little slight difference because why? This one is controlled by a man who claimed that you stated to be a civil society activist. Well, good. Up to him. Well, maybe before yesterday, he was quote unquote the person that we all seem to be. But today, if he come out today and say, okay, I want to do this, I think we should give him a regular audience because that also happened here with the retired rally, which of course that rally was headed by whom? The U.S. how they call him?
Louis Brown. That's why he
Thank
died
you.
of natural
Louis,
death, because the
good.
same thing. So that's the same people saying.
Thank you. Louis Brown. And people went there. Even though, because of politics, people think that it was all about promoting the ANC or the CPP. But they were not thinking about the Liberian people. So for me, I have no issue of who lead protests. The only thing is Liberians should be able to freely exercise their freedom. So that one. But we'll go deep into that. But Ali, what say you?
Yeah, thank you there, Mayborn. Thanks to Mom. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Nyami Kwekwe Bese, the Chief Justice now for the Republic of Liberia. And we pray that he served the country well, even though we know these people, they are working at the way and pleasure of the president. Just like Monk said, Liberia, we need total transformation, or our laws and things, even the country need total transformation. This is why we continue to ask and pray for good leader that will transform Liberia. So just coming as Chief Justice, let's see what he's going to do. Our laws need a reform. Even the constitution we have today, there are so many mess in our constitution that need to be changed. Other than that, we are not going anywhere as a nation. So congratulations to him there. And to the protest today, for me, this is my own thinking. This thing about protests, where people want to see, when they talk about protests, you should see thousands of people out there. Then they will say, oh yeah, the protest wasn't easy. There were millions of people out there. From my way of thinking, protests, it doesn't have to do with how many people go out there, but the message that they are carrying out there and what will be the outcome of the protest, the message they are presenting to the government or whosoever. It is not about crowd. It is about the message. And when Monk said the failure of George Weah, that's what brought Joseph Boakai to power today. So can we also say the failure of Unity Party, Madam Sedi and Joseph Boakai, like what brought George Weah to power? Because I believe if the two of them were to work well, or when Joseph Boakai went against George Weah, Liberia people were going to vote for Joseph Boakai because they were going to look at what Joseph Boakai and Madam Sedi did, where he served 12 years as vice president to her. And because people felt that they failed the country, that's what brought George Weah. And because people felt again that George Weah failed the country, that's what brought Joseph Boakai. So that's how I look at it. But for the protest today, I was happy because people are saying, why should the people protest and government is carrying on their normal activities? So do you want to have a protest in the country to shut the country down, that government should lose millions of dollars? So why would that benefit the country? For people to have a protest and government carry on their normal businesses, people go to their various working places, people go to their businesses, do their business and take care of themselves for that day, and to shut the whole country down, the government lost thousands, millions of dollars. So for me, I don't get it. It makes no sense to me for you to protest where government will not function for that whole day. When you look, they say, oh, due to the protest today, government lost 14 million, they couldn't work. Due to the protest today, people couldn't go to get food for their children. People were to go to hospital, they couldn't go ambulance. People die along the way going to hospital due to protest. So for me, even if that 10 person came out to protest today, in as much as people were able to carry on their normal businesses, government were able to carry on their functions and things, I say thanks to the Liberia National Police for what they did today, and I also say thanks to the protesters for not blocking people way, for not obstructing government operations and things. That's how I take it to be. So people who say that it makes no sense for people to be protesting and government carry on their normal business, say the government will not take the protest serious, that's how everybody have their own way of thinking. But for me, I want to see a protest going on. You can protest anyhow you want to, but don't stop government operations. Don't stop other people from carrying on their normal businesses. If you think by stopping government operation, that will make the protest to be something that will make the government, you can even say stop government operation. If they decide not to pay attention to your protest, everything that you said, they will not pay attention. So what sense does it make? So far, so good. Thanks to the protester and thanks to the Liberian National Police for being peaceful today.
Yes, thank you, my dear. But before I even come in, maybe with my own take on the entire issue, I just wanted to ask Monk, and there's somebody job made the same comment as to what determines a successful protest, because protests can take place anywhere and anytime, even in the community, in the neighborhood, in any day, just because of dissatisfactions, because of ills in society, because things that people are not happy of. So they will always come out to protest. But Monk, what determines a successful protest?
Well, that's the question you should ask before you say you want to protest because you got an option. Just because you got a right to do something, don't necessarily mean you should do it. I have the right to my freedom. I can walk out there and take off my shirt, but it doesn't mean that I got to be naked because it's my right to take off my shirt. The fact of the matter is, what determines a protest, the successful outcome of a protest, is when the government can make some concession and change the way how she does business. That's what determines a protest. When I'm talking about successful protest, it doesn't mean that you should go and destroy people, businesses, or properties. I'm just saying to gain the recognition enough that will gain the government attention. When you put up, like the safe protest, it was not even only in Liberia, it was worldwide. We saw it in Washington, D.C., whether it was part of Europe, Liberian protested. The international media was on the ground to cover that protest. Yes, you can say the government ain't know the petition, but at the end of the day, they pay a political price. That's how people like Dylan came to office today. So you call that a successful protest. In this case, I'm talking about, you just mentioned the attire suffering. The attire suffering rally, that's why you don't want to keep making the mistake of the past. The messenger behind that protest, the face behind that protest, that's why he also died on natural death. Because people believe that Louis Brown doesn't command the kind of authority and the recognition or the moral rectitude to lead a protest about attire, because for him, in it for politics. And what became of the attire suffering rally? People play the same politics and it became a die or natural death. That's what happened today. When you put the wrong faces behind a protest who want to score political point in the name of advocacy, it will die or natural death, and the government won't even be inclined to change the way how they do business. That's just what I'm saying. That's how you determine successful protest.
So, all right, thank you. So let's go back to protest. What is numbers? What is the kind of crowd? For me, protest is not about crowd. Because, for example, in the community, the people want to have maybe transforming issues. So sometimes what they do, so they block the road. Few hundred people, just because they want to call the attention of government. And sometimes there'll be traffic block, and people will go there, media will go there, people will even, carry these things so that government can come to their aid. So protest, to me, is not just about how many thousands of people that turn out, how many people don't know. And this protest is not a political protest. I keep saying this. I don't know whether maybe you stay grabbing something. This protest, even though there are some political actors within that even endorse the protest, but then I go back to retire suffering and rally. Yes, that was CPP, and CPP already quote unquote break away from the United Party, and by that time, United Party already finished having huge numbers of the supporters. And the huge numbers of supporters, they were not thinking about coming back to come make a CPP maybe quote unquote relevant. So that's why that protest was poorly attended. It was not because of the face. For me, Liberians, they don't care how long they want to support you.
But then you are contradicting yourself, because you just said that the reason you made mention of the attire suffering rally because you thought people wasn't wanting to make the political leader of the ANC relevant, so that the same politics. That's exactly what I'm saying. You cannot. Let me tell you something.
Well, a political rally so that's a different than a political rally. That's a political rally. So the day now, so the day now the entire opposition come out, or even the CDC or the ANC or the CMC come out and come, because if anything going to happen today, nobody going to hold any political party responsible. They're going to hold STEM responsible. So that's why I'm saying it's a civil society organization protest. But because other people, they think that, okay, we too will buy your case. So they go out there and buy STEM case. So if it is political party protest today, if anything happens, the government will hold that political party responsible among. So that's the point.
So you think that
Maybe
you tell Ali? Anyway, go ahead, Ali.
okay, sorry there. Yeah, maybe just as you said, this protest is not a political protest because last night when I listened to Moluba Molu, this is not a political protest because people were asking him why Elizana Kumi is not going to be on the protest. Josh Weah, Musa Belete, Wale Lele, the former vice president of Maswell.
Even you
They
can call
started
oh,
asking all of these
Joy
questions,
Mali.
and he said this is not a political protest. If anybody want to endorse the protest, they want to join the protest, it is up to them. But this is not a political protest. If they want to join the protest, that's fine. So I don't. But people just see that thing because Moluba Molu, he was with the CDC, and today he's staging a protest, so they see it to be CDC protest. You see, other people, as Kara Gray was there, I think Avi, we said these guys, they were all there. It's up to them. They decided to go there. So a CDC, ANC, if they wanted to go there, it's up to them. And this whole thing about the messenger, we saw Joseph Boakai serving as the highest paid vice president ever in the history of our country. We saw people.
Well, Ali, are you there? So someone asking Georgino, thank you for even asking that question because I can still recall they
Maybe you can hear me there.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. Someone was disturbing my life. So all of these people, they work in government and they were protesting in our country. They were in the same face. So I don't know why today when Moluba Molu in the protest, people say, oh, the face are coming with the protest. And I want Monk to make me to understand how did the protest die or natural death, because I'm still trying to figure it out. And somebody in the comment section say I'm a hypocrite because I praise other country where they protest and then they lock down their country, and today I'm saying that all the protests in Liberia and government carry on their function. I'm a hypocrite. If people protest in a country and lock down their country and government didn't function that whole day, so what the benefit in that then for the city to happen in my country? That's how they carry on their protest in Kenya that time, and I think some people even said that for that protest, and later on the government decided to do one or two things. But yet they say, and just quite recently they protested there again. There were protests that went on there. So that's how they decided to do theirs. But if I can see people protesting in my country and they stop government from, because I look at the losses, we already say that we're struggling, we're crying every day. And then people go protest. Government say we lose millions of dollars because of today's protest. If you say I'm a hypocrite, that's your opinion. I don't hold it against you. You are entitled to it. For me, I'm happy that our protests went on in my country. They didn't shut down government operation and government did what they could do. Everybody has their opinion.
Great. So that Monk, what was your question again to Monk?
Oh, he said the protest died on natural death, and that's what I'm trying to understand. I want him to make me to understand how did the protest die on natural death.
Okay, good question. Monk?
Well, for me, I hate to sound like a walking contradiction. That's why I posted before the protest. I like to take a position on things before they happen if I'm making my prediction. So the fact of the matter is, I told you why I'm making it to be a natural that there was a stark contrast between January 7 and this gun protest. The man who claimed that he can change it, the name or the banner of a protest and make people to believe that it's non-political, then you are a joker. Because that's why I say perception. Perception is what you think is happening. It's not the reality, but what people will buy. Human being, they say what the eye sees, the ear hears, the mind believes. This was a man who served as chairman of a ruling party. This was a man who financed or counter-protest, something that never happened in human history, anywhere around the world. That a certain government that's supposed to protect the right of the opposition or peaceful citizen or the protest, he organized a counter-protest to a protest. And you want me to believe that he saved us society because he changed the name of the organization? You want me to buy into that? Matter of fact, what is he protesting for? He's talking about the high cost of living. He's talking about inflation. He's talking about rampant corruption. This was a man, if he was an advocate, on the very government that he served or the party that he led, they even performed worse than what is happening now. And he never mustered the courage to organize a protest as a patriotic Liberian. And you want me to believe that there are no
so more. Then I go back to the current president. If that's the case, even Donald Trump today that we quote unquote some of all that partially support. Donald Trump led a protest at the White House, right?
I don't know when. I don't know when. You're talking about the January 6th.
Yes, that one. But my point, I come back home. This current president, I come in month.
Maybe I just want you to give me just 1 minute because I coming to go in a terrible network, so you will not get me to I can come back later on the show. So I want you to just give me 1 minute. Can I come in?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mo just said something about Moluba Molu that he worked in the previous administration and everything that was going wrong, he didn't come out to protest one day. So what can you say about Joseph Boakai? What can you say about Walegani or Mo Ali? What can you say about Emo Tua? They all were in the United Party-led government, and Joseph Boakai may ought to understand that he squandered opportunity, but he was there 12 years as vice president. Why you knew he was squandering opportunity, you didn't protest that time as a vice president? Or why Mo Ali, the Amos Tua, and they couldn't protest at that time when they knew they were working with a government that was failing the Liberian people? But the moment they left power, instead more time they came out with protests. So if you say Molu couldn't checkmate the CDC government or to protest that time, why Joseph Boakai couldn't checkmate Madam Sedi, his own administration at that time?
Oh, you went over Joseph Boakai to have led the protest against Madam Sedi. That's the argument, right?
No, he said it was opportunity, so he was to correct her at that time.
I said the difference was
the Mo Ali and Amos Tua them. They were to protest at that time too because they were working in the government and the government was squandering opportunity. Even if Joseph Boakai couldn't let the protest, they were there. Why that time they couldn't do it? So if you say Molu couldn't stage protest in the administration, then these people they were to do why they couldn't do the sitting. So if we're talking about this thing then, which means this both parties, none of them have any moral to protest in.
But then why I keep you coming back to my point? That's why I keep telling you from day one on Sktv. You are using two failed entities to make a comparison. These two useless political institutions won't take Liberia anywhere, even if you're to get in a millennium. All I am saying, the longer you keep using them as the yardstick for success, you're not going anywhere. That is why I tell you this protest will die or natural death almost in advance. Because anything is about perception, anything is about optics in politics. Politics is not always logical. People form their own opinion and they stick to that opinion. The fact of the matter, there was a man who criticized his own boss in the name of being drunk, that the president was exchanging government position in return for sexual favor. Women that he slept with, he gave them job in government, that he cannot differentiate his personal money from the country's money, that he was not only reckless, he was irresponsible. When auditors are dying, he in studio making song, he talked all that, but he led a counter protest. You want me to believe that just because he changed the name to Stan, people so flock to the street to come beyond Molu because he's an activist? Good luck with that.
So Monk, then here is the question. All of the things that you think that they are the one that's supposed to be leading protest. Maybe they are the one that's supposed to be leading the masses. Because I can still recall, I think, maybe that was on yesterday, you said that in fact, that you supported one of the protests. Am I lying? Or not? Is that true or not?
I told you, I don't only support a protest, I participated. I bought my plane ticket, went to Washington, D.C., went to the warehouse, to the Liberian embassy, we protested. That's why I said.
No, not talking about Liberia protest. I'm talking about protest back home, the June 7 protest. Did you have anything to do with that? Did you support it, or did you have a say, or in fact, do you endorse by them?
Brother, how will I attend a protest from Minnesota, buy a plane ticket, fly 3.5 hours to Washington, D.C. and say I didn't participate or I didn't support?
Okay, good. And which one the protest was that?
The June 7 protest saved the state.
All right, good. I don't want us to get into our conversation straightened up, but that's good. So Mark supported the June 7 protest. Good. So Mark, again, let me ask you this question. Who was the face or the faces? Who were those people that were heading the June 7 protest?
The June 7 protest was a cross-section of political actors from all political parties, from the Liberty Party, from the ANC, from Unity Party. Yes, there were some faces that came from the Unity Party that were popular because you guys want to limit it to Mo Ali because Mo Ali was in Unity Party. No, Delon was not.
You are also limiting the entire protest.
That's what I'm saying.
So we have to ask you, because what are you doing here?
across the entire political spectrum participated in that protest. It was not limited. Matter of fact, the COP was not a political party. The COP was not in a position of power. It was an advocacy group, even though they have political actors, but that's not the case with a man who became party chairman, not only a party chairman for opposition, but party chairman.
Molu is criminal, Molu is there, Molu is that, Molu will know all of these things. Let's go back.
What are you trying to establish?
I'm asking you. I understand. We know that Molu was part of everything I just explained. Now let's go back to the protest that you did supported yesterday. I'm asking because I want Liberian, because Liberian, they are following us, and I wanted to get all of these things straight because sometimes after the show we receive a lot of confusing calls back to back. So thank God I'm on the air. So let me ask you all of the questions. You supported the June 7 protest, and we just thought that was great, and that was your right. Now, and they ask you as to the face or those faces behind the June 7 protest. Who were they? Were they saints? Were they clean hands people? Were they good set of people? Or were they just that come and manage with them saying because we are all part of oppositions?
My brother in politics, I'm not looking for the all-might. I'm looking for a better alternative. That's why they call lesser of two evil. That's how politics is. I'm not looking for a saint. I'm only looking for causes. If there are genuine causes for why people will protest, they will come out to protest. We saw what happened during January 6th. We saw what happened under the previous administration within 60, the first 90 days. That's what made people to come out and protest, not only in Liberia, but also of Liberia. Can you make the case about the protest? Can you make the same logical argument? No. That's why I told you it was going to die or natural death, because for this protest, even though the name might change or they might give it a different nomenclature, at the end of the day, the objective here is not to force the government to change the way how government is going to do things. The fact of the matter is this carries a political undertone. That's why it couldn't even attract even other opposition leaders to the protest, which unlike the January 7 protest, even people that were outside the borders of Liberia internationally, they were on that protest. That's the fundamental difference. And the one thing people don't understand about protest, even though it's your right, there are some economic disadvantages to protest. When you protest consistently in a country, it sends a message to the business community or the international world that you are not stable politically. It takes investment away. But most of you guys and people back there don't understand that. They're constant thinking about having protest. That's what I'm saying. When you have a genuine reason for protesting, when you can draw that support, because the government will respond based on the kind of a magnitude, based on how popular that protest is. And numbers is everything in any endeavor. So you call for a protest and people don't show up. Why do you think the government is going to interpret that protest? I'm not saying you should go and be burning people's cars and disrupting businesses. No, but anywhere in the world, whether it was in Iran, whether it was in Puerto Rico, whether it was in Guatemala or any country around the world, the numbers tells the government, you know what, people are getting fed up, people are getting mad, and based on how people respond to protest, it put pressure on the government to make some adjustment in concession in protest, like what you saw in Kenya. Why do you think the president of Kenya, from his own supporter, he will make concession? Because the magnitude of the protest sends a clearer message. And then for you to score political point, that's why I told you from day one, it would die or natural death, and I believe it die or natural death. You can interpret anyway.
So can we also say that Ali, you want to chip in quickly?
Yeah, I just want to
because
the last English, the more last closing statement, I agree with him. He believed that the protest died a natural death. I agree with him on that. That's why he believed. But
no, that's why I know. That's not why I believe.
That's why you know, and that's why you believe. But people know that the protest they didn't die on natural death. So that's why according to you, that's why you know and that's why you believe. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's good. I understand that error. But
yes, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, but just as I said, this protest, we saw people out there and they already carried their message, and it is up to the government. Like I heard people saying that the reason why CDC left power, it was because of the protests that were carried out, they petitioned them, and all of what they said, they paid deaf ear to it. So if the government will say because Moluba Molu was working in CDC, he was a party chairman, and people say he's not a red messenger looking at the face. So everything that they said today, even though we are not in Liberia, but everything they are talking, among yourself, you said that on the show so many times, and you criticize this thing, you talk about it. Even though they will say Moluba Molu, he's not a real messenger, he's not a real person, he's not a face. But this thing we have been talking here, and these are the things that they send to the government. So if you will say Moluba Molu is not a face, so you will downplay it, come 2029, we will see what will happen.
Well,
Okay?
then that's it. It's up to the voter to make that choice.
Exactly. And one thing I will say, I waiting to see the political party that will come in Liberia now to dominate the CDC and all of the Unity Party. I really want to see that political party.
Well, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for a political party. They can just maintain the two-party system. All I'm saying, I carry on protests on the network every day. Wherever the government lies, wherever the government comes short, I'm on Sktv. Whether they come to international conferences and walk away with nothing, I will call Joseph Boaga government or any single day of the week. But if you want to lead a protest with political tone, with no message, with no outcome, then more than likely it will die. That's why I told you there is a fundamental difference between January 6th and this protest. Because when you have a protest, it's not only about the people you put to the street, but how many cross-section of political opposition leaders you can even attract to your protest? Why do you think they're not buying into it?
But Mo, we keep telling you that this is not a political party protest. This is a civil society. That's why you see
which protest was a political party protest? Was January 6th a political party protest?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes, most of the protests.
But they call them COP, but you believe it was political party. Was COP no, listen. Was COP a political party or a pressure group?
A pressure group.
It was a pressure group, but we saw all those.
No. You see how you guys can contradict yourself and confuse people?
Well, go ahead now.
Let's get it straight. I told you the COP was a pressure group that attracted a cross-section of opposition leaders, including the international media worldwide, not only in Liberia, right? You believe it was a political party, even though the COP is not a political party. But you believe...
No, I'm not saying the COP. I'm saying that the protest that went on that day was political. No, I'm saying. I'm not saying
every
the COP
protest carry a political tone. Why you think they carry a petition? Wasn't the petition politics?
But what we're saying...
We are all social and political animals. What are you talking about? That's why I told you, just because Moluba Molu change your name to stand doesn't change anything. Because if you want to tell me that COP was a political party, then stay is also
no. I'm saying that the protest that you're talking about that even supported the June 7 protest.
Yes.
Was also a political protest.
It was a political protest, but you think at this point now.
That's why you never supported that. Monk, so why you want to make all look like if Monk? So
yeah, because last protest we saw the life of Joseph Boaga, we saw Alexander Kumi. We saw all of these people that these are people that wanted to run in the country to become a president. And we saw them there. So it was highly political. But today, how many opposition leaders you see in the protest today?
And that's the day.
You see?
So no, you see,
political than the protest today.
No, you and Melbourne keep confusing yourself with the political leader participation. The political leader saw something that attracted them to the COP. So just because a political leader didn't attend a rally, it doesn't make that rally to not be political or carry a political undertone, because why you're getting yourself confused. You believe that when you call for a protest, when Alexander Cummings shows up, when Benin Ayure show up, if Boaga show up, if Delon show up, then it's political. Even though it was a pressure group leading the protest. But the one that Moluba Molu will call...
Who was Henry Costa about them? Anyway, who was Henry Costa about them? Henry Costa was part of the ARP. But Moluba Molu part of no political party. Let's just face the reality.
Moluba Molu and Henry Costa
were part of the ARP. But then, even when they were having a council of Petra, he was still part of the ARP.
Was the COP protest or ARP protest, or was COP protest? That's why I asked you, was the COP a pressure group or political party?
Henry Costa was still active with ARP when they funded the COP.
Oh, so you believe that Moluba Molu is not active now, so it means that the protest is not political.
All right, Moyo, hold on. Let me go for the news break. When we come back, yeah, you can do the talking on there. When I come back, I'll join you people.
Yeah, Ali, go ahead. Let me turn the table that you do your thing, bro.
Yeah, for me, just as I said earlier, I'm happy today with the protest, the way in which it was conducted, wherein there were, I don't know if there was violence because I didn't take much time to really follow the protest, but so far so good. I was just party. I didn't see anything the violent, anything the police brutality as we expected it to be, because the way in which we saw police going, they say they're doing muster ahead of the protest, all of these things. But today, the police were peaceful for what I saw, and the protester as well. So I was happy that it went that way, even though people say it's nothing because government, you can't have protests in a country where the government is operating, people carry on their normal, everybody had their own way of thinking. But for me, in my mind, it make no sense to me for people to be protesting and then you shut down government operation in the country. And for every day government work, they make money. So when you shut it down, they are going to lose money. And we are talking about government getting money to run the country. If you will protest to shut them down that whole day, it almost like sometimes when you're working with an institution, you protest that whole day, that institution operate, and people will say, okay, yes, and they didn't operate, they will pay attention to us. And that has some people take it to be saying the government operates, so they will not take the protest seriously. And as I said, the same thing happened. People say CDC left power because they didn't pay attention to the protests that went on, the petition, then they downplay it. And we all know they protest. Everything that they sent to the petition that was sent out there today, these are things that all the media have been complaining, even the citizens in the country, they are complaining of. So they will say because of the face on the protest, they will not listen to it. These people, they just left from power because that's why they will say Moluba with CDC, he just left Askara Gray, the other people. So they want to come back to power. So if they downplay it, it's up to them. 2029, they will know. Like you said something or you are not against the two-party system in Liberia. Like the last time when you left the show, there were so many people that called. And one of the callers he called, he said something. And for me, in my mind, it makes sense. For you to say you will just get rid of CDC and Unity Party totally out of Liberia, to say a party will come and dominate these two parties is not going to be something easy. The only thing we can say is, just how we say Liberia need total transformation, that we're talking about the Supreme Court right now, there are so many things that need to be changed. The only thing we can do in Liberia right now, for example, Aliyu Masale, maybe yes, I say, okay, yeah, let me join this other political party and let me see what my idea, my expertise I can carry there. I think these are the only things people can really do now to say between the CDC and the Unity Party. I think these two parties, I can join one of them, my expertise, and see how I can help to improve the party or to improve the country. But to say we see a political party that will just come and dominate the two parties and win election, that's not a bad thing. We need a alternative. It will also be good. But that's why I say I really waiting to see that political party. Yes. Because I think we can just get people, the political party, if they are ready, they can incorporate people who are innovative, developmental oriented, not people because Aliyu Masale are making $1,000 in America, and then I know when I go to Liberia, they can pay me $6,000, and I just go there for the money, but not to go with any qualification that will change where I will be working to make the country to change. I'm only going there because of the salary driven, and because I'm associated with a political party. And these are some of the things I see our country, we are not going anywhere because we give people jobs based on political party affiliation, based on friendship. It is not based on qualification. So why do you expect me to come and do over there? Because somebody just hold my hand, oh, mom, they Aliyu guy, like my man, this and that. And then you say, okay, you gave me the job. Oh, mom, this Aliyu guy, he part of the party, and you care less about my qualification. And in my mind, these are some of the things I get our country where it is today. Yes.
Hello, you done?
Yes.
Well, thanks for your take on the matter. And that's it. That politics, we all got different views. That's why we make decisions, that choice. That's the one thing I like about democracy. Or if you claim to practice democracy, you are giving a choice, you are giving options. It's up to you. I listened to the last time we were on the show, there were people that called concerning the two-party thing. It's a choice. Matter of fact, that's a choice people have been making. That's why it will be 24 years by the time Bwaka is done between these two political parties. And I remember one of the callers saying, oh, you know, America is a two-party system. Ghana is a two-party system. So if you think another party, that's your choice. If you people prefer, they can give CDC and Unity Party the next 100 years. I could care less. The reason there is a fundamental difference in anything in politics. The reason in America, they got two-party state. For them, it's all a matter of execution. At the end of the day, they are racing to the top. In Ghana, I think it was Luis that made that comment, if I'm not mistaken. He talked about the NPP and the CDC in Ghana. In the case of Ghana, their country is doing better. So it's about who can do more. It's race to the top, not race to the bottom. In your country, you got two useless political institutions that is racing to the bottom that cannot do better. That's why I used the analogy the last time. I say it's almost like you're looking for a 6 feet athlete. And then two of the contestants, both of them, you say the bare minimum should be at least 5'10". One of them is 5'2", one of them is 5'3", and the other one claims that he better than the other one. No, you are not better. Two of you cannot even meet the bare minimum. So in your case, it's race to the bottom. In other countries with two-party state, it's race to the top. They want to outperform one another to make the country better. Why do you think the vast majority of people coming from overseas going to Ghana? Because they believe Ghana is doing better. Why do you think America is where it is today? Because you got two-party state. In your country, your two-party system is a worthless and a useless system. That's why you need a alternative, and people keep advocating for that. If you believe that no other party can outperform these two parties, then you keep carrying on. Why you keep carrying on? That's why you keep having COP. That's why you keep having the STEM. That's why you'll be having the Molus of the world, and this same narrative that the other one did this. You keep raising to the bottom, and you will not get results. That's what I'm saying. So if people believe that we got to adapt other country two-party system, okay, yeah, you adapting a two-party system to what end? To race to the bottom or to race to the top? Because at least people who are racing to the top, I can understand why they get a two-party state. Like in America, they got conservatism and liberalism. They look at the past president record, look at the party's policy, and calculate which one improve our life over time. That's the candidate will go based on the kind of way you say your message. In your case, between these two, you got no better option. You can only get worse. And you keep telling me you want to maintain it because other countries are adopting a two-party state. Okay, that makes sense to me. That's all I'm saying. So everything in politics, like I said, that's why when elections come, you take your ballot paper, you go to the ballot box, and you make your choice. It's up to you. If you like, or if the people of Liberia so chooses, they can be oscillating between Unity Party and CDC for the next 1,000 years. That's their choice. That's why they are giving a ballot box to go and vote. So that's why the argument stands, my brother. The same thing with the protest. People believe that just going out there in the street to create a weather who came to protest, that's their choice. For me, when I participate in protest, I want to have a genuine cause, a genuine reason, and I want a specific outcome. I want the government to change the way how she does business. That's why we engage in the protest. If I can see those things that I'm looking for, I'm not participating. That's it. Everything comes down to choice. And that's just what politics is. Choice too. But anyway, I don't know if you got something else to say before we still got 7 more minutes before Milbon can join us again. That's where we are.
Yeah, yo. The problem, like I said, Liberia, yeah, now we see CDC and Unity Party being the two dominant parties in the country. So yes, if another political party can come and show that will also be good. We get alternative now. Oh yes, and now we say, oh yeah, we get CDC, we get Unity Party, and we get this other party XYZ. So like that, we get a multi-party system in the country. Okay, so but for me, as I said, I'm really waiting to see that party that will come and to dominate these two parties so that we can really get a third option. That's what I want to see. Okay, and it will also be good, even if I say, okay, yes, because I'm a seditious, I will leave CDC and I go and join another political party. Yeah, I'm just one person. Okay, but you know, as we get the Liberia say, mere moving, mere dropping. So as I'm leaving, you know how many people coming there? So it doesn't make no sense. I live there, I stay there, it makes no sense. So the unity is, as I said, we wait to see the third party that will really come to dominate these two parties. So at least we can get a 3-party system. And when that other party too come and start failing, maybe time we come again, another party will come, then we get a 4-party system. So like that now we get a 4-party system in the country. But 2029, we will know if Liberian people ready to keep CDC and Unity Party in the country as 2-party. 2029, we know if Liberian people ready to have third alternative. So this is where I am. So if we will only say this, Liberia is all we have. As I said, Liberia should be our biggest political party, no matter what political party you belong to. if we put the interest of Liberia first, then we know Liberia is the biggest political party. We want to see the best for our country, and Liberia is all we have. But those people that are there, they are the vast majority that are going to the pool. We that live from here, we go to vote. Sometimes we are just maybe 0.5% of the voters. The people that are there, they make the vast majority. They make the wise decision. So 2029, they will make us to understand. Oh yes, we tested Unity Party, we tested CDC, we tired with them, and this is the route we are going now. Then we know. So we just say it. 2029, the Liberian people will make us to understand what is good for them. So that's it then.
Oh, more than likely, we don't even have to wait for 2029. Matter of fact, they've been making that decision since we enter into the modern era from 1997 after post-war conflict. So they will always be the one to make that choice. They've been doing it over 5 election cycles. So I have no doubt. That's what I'm saying. Everything boils down to choice. And that choice is based on what you perceive to be the desirable outcome that you want. That's why people go to the ballot box and look at candidates in their political party and make decisions. So I don't have to wait for 2029 for Liberian people to make a decision. They've been making decisions from 1997 to 2005 to 2011, 2017, 2023. So for me, I don't have to wait. I'm just saying, when it comes to election and when you're voting for the future of a country, it's all about choice. So whether there is a third option, if they prefer, they can even make like one party state and go back to the day of the true win party. That's a choice that they can make, and they are in the majority. The people who over there, they will keep making decisions. So we don't need another election to confirm that. I am just saying the same way for a protest. Everything comes down to choice. For some people got a different calculation. That's their view. Some people believe that because no other opposition leader will come out to say they want to hold Joseph Boakai feet to the fire, and Moluba Molu had the courage to do that. We should give him partial credit, and that's a logical argument too. He led a protest, even though I don't support his protest. I believe there are some political undertone to this protest, even though the names change. But some people got a reason to believe what they want to believe, and that's what they believe. If other opposition leaders say, I'm not saying Joseph Boakai government is doing any better. I'm just saying to even make the comparison is not a fair argument. So some people believe that showing up today alone to stand up, even though you can say the protest won't get the desirable outcome, but at least he was able to muster the courage to say he hold the government feet to the fire. Some people believe that he deserves some credit, and that's a logical argument to make. I would believe that as well. I am just saying, in my case, if I want to engage in a protest, I will first look at the outcome. I look at the government inclination to be able to respond to that protest, because the last time I checked on the COP protester, with all the petitions, Georgia deliberately ignored the petition, all 14, even though there was some provision that would have saved his presidency. But guess what? He decided to play politics and become the victim. So if Joseph Boakai were ignored, we can say, okay, yeah, a lot of people didn't show up. We didn't see other political leaders. Matter of fact, we won't get the kind of outcome that we need. But at least Moluba Molu is listing something that he see happen in the government that sends the wrong signal. So it's up to Joseph Boakai. He could follow the or protocol by ignoring the protest, and just like you said, 2029, the people will reward or they will give in the back kick. That just politics, and everything in life comes down to choice. That just choice, and people got different interpretation or different way as to how they make decisions. For me, I got my own way. I got my own methodology that I will use when it comes to protest. But there are options. Let's say we just said we got Telling, we got CMC, you got other political parties like bro. The thing is, for you to just limit this country to 2 parties that is racing to the bottom, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So you cannot keep contradicting and say how can you keep making the case in Liberia that you want to make progress as a nation, that you want to break this cycle that we haven't been doing nothing great on the continent or in the sub-region for almost 177 years. And then you keep comparing 2 entities that have a proven record of being a failure. How? That's the one I can't understand. But like you said, it's about choice. So either way it goes, we all cannot be right, we all cannot be wrong. Few people will be right, few people will be wrong. But at the end of the day, if you are really pushing for this country to be better, then you will start looking for a third alternative, no matter who will offense. That's just why it is. You must go for a third alternative or a third option, because these two, we are not only guessing, it's a scientific law. They went there, we saw their result. So what more you need to see? But anyway, Ali, I hate talking for long. I like to. I like a dialogue. I hate a monologue. I don't like monologue. I like dialogue, back and forth.
Yeah, and you said something. You said something, Monk, and that's just the fight, because like Molu don't want to be president in Liberia, and we get people in Liberia that want to be president. And today, even though yes, this is not according to him, this is not a political protest and what have you, but if President Baka will say, oh, since I didn't see George Weah, I didn't see Elizana Kumi and other opposition leader on the protest, so I'm not going to pay them no mind. Just as people said, George Weah downplayed the June 7 protest and he's out today. If Joseph Baka will say because people didn't come out and he will downplay the protest, I will tell anybody for free, he will get the kick by 2029 for sure. Because everything that happening in Liberia, he should look at the messenger. Okay, but he should know the message I was presented to him. That's the fight. And people will say they are not. That's not the fight because the person that delivered the message and what have you, they were there. What did they do? So if you will want to say Molu were there, what did they do? Then you should be asking Joseph Baka the same question. He was there for 12 years. What did he do? At the end of the day, why he told all this final opportunity? You see, and today he has surfaced again. Saying he surfaced. What is he doing different than what he criticized of the previous administration? He even did worse than them. So now, 2029, Teku said CMC there. Okay, yeah, everybody looking at CMC now. The new party that coming in will see how they are moving.
The new kid on the block.
Okay, that the new people on the block.
Yeah, so
Liberia can decide. Yeah, so we wait for 2029. Yeah, welcome, Mabon.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Brother Aliu and that of Monk. So we're back after the news break, and I was following you. You people gotta make a lot of, if I'm bringing out a lot of things that make sense, 100%. Is especially when it comes to the issue of political parties and so forth. You know, and more been crying on this for ever so long. You know, whenever I want to also take one day and discuss the Liberal political party, the forward march of our political system and so, because mind you, the politicians, they are also corrupting the people, even when it comes to electoral processes or maybe process. Because, for example, what happened there on 2023 election, where one and Appleton or Waganaton Kinte.
Yeah.
And that was wrong because the people did not even know which way to mark, who to, you know, all the kind of. So for me, I support you people when it comes to the issue of political party, but I think that will be discussed on another time. At least maybe if not, we can have 4 political party in this country. I think that would be great. Then I think.
And let me break on this for you guys that say that it was just an organization. You know what happened today? The information we received, right? They carry a petition, and I think there were some members of the House, including the chairman on claims and petition, who happened to bring Prince Toll. They were supposed to receive the petition. Do you know that the petition was never submitted, and there was some quarrel between giving the submission, the petition to the House? You know what they said? They said because the Speaker of the House is now a legitimate speaker.
Yes.
Isn't that politics? And you guys want me to sit here believe that, because the name is Spain.
No, but Mom, is that right, Mom? We get things that people right from them.
Yeah,
that's right for me.
I followed last segment of the protest when they said they can't get a petition because Richard Kuhn is a rebel speaker. He's not a legitimate. And I was like, this man was a regime speaker. He was illegal. And later on, they had an election where
he was voted. He made
how dare you say that he's not a legitimate speaker? So it makes no sense to me. Yes, I saw it.
And they said they wanted to give it to the president or someone close from the office of the president. That's what they were also saying. So again, if they get the government 14 days, according to that information, they get the government 14 days to respond to them, or else they're going to come back. According to them, so I think, yeah.
So, in your thought, I want to end while I forget it. I don't want to lose my screen of thought, right?
Yeah, I want to go ahead.
That's why I told you the Constitution and democracy is a very intricate game, right? When you claim to be a peaceful protester, it means you are going in total alignment with the Constitution, right? When it comes to submitting petition, there are rules and order. You go through the claims and the petition committee. You don't give petition to president. That's not the system that is in place. The people in the House, because they are the direct representative, they are the one that come from the federal congressional district. They can forward it to the president, but you got to go through the procedure by the same constitutional rule. So when you claim to be a pressure group or an advocate that you want your right to be given is a right to protect, then you must play by the rules. You cannot contradict the very same constitution. You cannot say you're giving the government 14 days when in fact the chairman on the claims and petition were there and you refuse. Because Rachel Kuhn, even though the process of getting the speaker said you can call it inappropriate, but he was voted for in an open and transparent process. Matter of fact, Chairman Belete, who opposes him, even when they cross the aisle and say, my man, you won. It was free, fair, and open. We all saw it on camera. How can you call yourself a pressure group and some kind of an advocate, and then you go to the House, you want to play politics? That's why I keep telling you, my brother, the name alone is not enough to convince me. Your action will tell me. But anyway, let me tell you what do you make. Go ahead.
Yeah, we wait for the caller. I'm waiting for the caller to make sense to me. Where we get a legitimate speaker and you people refuse to give the petition to him, referring to him as speaker, or I don't really know. So maybe they will call and let it make sense to me. But for me, it doesn't make no sense at all. Yeah, so that was wrong on their part in my mind. So they can call and make it make sense to me.
I think Mayborn is off.
I think Mayborn slip off again. Yeah, as we're saying, we know how to speaker. I mean, Mr. Belete, who was going against the man, he made us to understand that it was free, fair, and transparent, and the man won the speakership.
Yeah.
So how dare you come out and say, "Oh man, this is not a right speaker, or he's a rebel speaker. We cannot send him." I don't really know. I saw that thing, and I'm saying, yeah. So let it come and make it make sense to me, because that was just another nonsense I saw on the side of the protester today. That's a complete foolishness. Yes.
Maybe they try to take a precedent because Prince Toy is from Akara's Great District, and Akara's Great happened to be one of the poster child of this protest. Maybe he couldn't take it. I don't know. I'm not trying to interpret it, but the last time I checked, even the COP protest, we never handed a petition directly to George. There were people, representatives, who went to receive it on behalf of the president, and later on you can forward it to the president. So if you get a chairman in the House of Claims and Petition, matter of fact, that's a constitutionally bestowed position, claims and petition. So it means he's the legitimate head to receive any petition coming to the government. But you said that the mayor is a regime speaker, then it means you are the one playing politics. So you cannot claim that you want to play by the constitution, you want to be peaceful in your protest. Then when it comes time to do the right thing and then you play politics, then you contradict the very essence of a protest. That's why I told you, guys, some of us here, we are not buying it to say, oh, they are just a pressure group or they are some advocate. No. Every protest carries some political undertone, because at the end of the day, we will stay engaged in the politics no matter what. But that's just why it is, my brother.
Yeah. Oh, Mayborn having some issue over there. Yeah. We wait for Mayborn to come and open the line. so we can hear from the people. Yeah, let it tell all how it went today. Yeah. Let other people tell all why made Rachel Kuhn to still be a regime speaker or yeah, let it come and tell us. Yes. But so Monday you follow it to the end, so it just ended like that. They were not able to submit the petition at all.
Well, I don't think so until someone can prove us wrong. But from what I follow, up to the time I follow it, they still had a scrimmage between them back and forth that they wasn't going to submit the petition. They were giving certain days for the president to respond. If not, they will come to reassemble, and they wasn't willing to deal with the chairman on the claims and petition committee because they believe the speaker of the House is a regime speaker. So I don't know, maybe a change in the final analysis, but I cannot definitively say that it went the opposite way. But I know that there was some scrimmage, like I said earlier, that were going between the protesters, the petitioners, and those from the House of Representatives. That's all I know for now. Until something changed, who knows? Sometimes they can use other channels, they can use third party to forward a petition. Like I think in the case of the COP, they did the same thing. Some group of men or some individual through a third party was able to receive the petition for the president. So I don't know, maybe they might use that route.
Yeah, Monk, I'm doing something in the next 5 minutes. I will join you quickly, please.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I can take it from here on the Milgon comes back. Well, folks, that's just why it is. We'll be opening the line later to hear from the the audience back home. I keep calling them the targeted audience. They are the one back there. They are in the majority, even though we are all Liberians, but we don't carry the same weight in terms of electability or when it comes to elections. So, but that's just why it is. You can call in. When the line open and give your take. For me, I got a different view. I took my position on this whole protest thing. I look at the composition of the protest, the individuals, the outcome, and what they're trying to achieve before making my decision. So who knows? Maybe you guys might be right and we may be wrong, but until then,
Well,
we stand where
yes.
we stand.
Thank you, Mark. So we were able to at least to get our way through, even though we've been fixed with some technical problem. But again, thank God at least. But again, thanks to you and brother Ali, we have at least 4 more minutes to go to interact with our people. I mean, by 7:30, indeed, we're going to interact with our people, open the line so that they too can also be part. But quickly, maybe in mini, we just want to say thanks to the Liberia National Police, Ali, for a job well done. For me, these are things that I will keep saying, give other people the chance and give other people the way so that they too can speak out. Monk, some of us will not sit on this platform and discourage people to say, oh yeah, you're not supposed to do, because these are some of the reasons why today in family meetings, so many places people are not speaking out because people want to hold them. When they want to try, say, no. Don't talk, you're not qualified. In fact, you're not that type of person that's supposed to speak or maybe talk. So because of that, today, other people's rights are being overlooked. Other people's rights are being that way. But at least all we are saying here and all we are praying for is that even if there are two persons stand up, let the government listen to them. If you follow, I think DW Africa, the protest is on the news, on the international news. So the speak volume is good. At least so that these people will know exactly what's going on. Who are those Liberians that are disenchanted? Who are those people who are not happy with situations and so forth? And people will talk. People will protest. People will stand up. It may not be for politics. It may be for different things. So that's what some of us will keep saying. Yes, let people come out. Even whether it's for school, it's for maybe certain things happening in your community that you don't like, stand up and allow the authority. Speak to the authority. Tell the authority that this is happening and we need change. We want you people to do the right thing. So it is their right. It is the right of the Liberian people, whether you're in opposition, whether you're in ruling position, or whether you are non-position. Because when the rain fall, my brother, the rain fall on each and every one of us. That means when things happen, be it good or bad, all of us are going to feel the weight. So that's why for me, I don't go against people standing out, maybe speaking out against anything, especially the right reason. June 7 protest, some of us were there. I was there that day. Maybe about that time, no, you so, but I was there that day. But again, and we're happy that Liberian stood up that day, and that was great. So what was bad yesterday, that you criticized yesterday, that you're saying that is bad, if you come to power, you have to work on that. Don't allow for people to remind you that, oh yeah, what you said yesterday or what you did yesterday, or if what you criticized yesterday that it was bad, and you too, you're also doing times two, then people will talk. So, Mark, that's it. Any other thing before we go to the line?
Well, let's go to the line. Maybe we can start early and again get more time to elaborate on the responses coming from the callers. So that would be a good thing. We can open the line early. That would be great. I think it's only 1 minute anyway. It's not that early, so on time.
Yes, indeed, good. So those of you who will be calling, please go straight to the issues and don't attack anybody here, because I know most of you now you have a feeling getting
in your feelings already.
And you want to be attacking people. Don't do it.
People.
That's
why they call it a talk show, right? It's your opinion, right?
Hello, let's call a good evening.
Thank you, Mo. Today
I
I'm being
see it. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, Memo, I totally agree with Mo on a particular point that you said. Not that what the people say may not be true, but depending on the number of persons that turn out, it will give the protest more attention. if a group of people, maybe 3,000 crowd that turn out today were to turn out, that would make the protest very heavier. But you fight for protest, you can even have a genuine point. But the seriousness of the protest will be determined by the number of persons that will turn out. Because every protest now, in my mind, in Liberia, is political. Sincerely political, no matter what, no matter who state is in. That's why you saw Akara's grave, you saw the Senai representative, Kanako, and every one of them was there. The one unfortunate thing is that they were throwing the spoon and holding their hands. They were pretending that they don't have interest, but they all were there. The UV of the CDC endorsed the protest. So, like Mom was saying, this was a protest where you will see all of parties, like the June 7 protest, participating. We are made more heavier.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's call a good evening.
Good evening, Mom. I'm going to move on into the others.
Yes. No wahala, man. But go ahead.
Yeah. Look, I think Mom said something about the protest being a failure today. You know, sometimes we talk about protest. I mean, you engage somebody first 1-2 times. In the point that listen, you say, let me get protest. Now, the main rationale behind the protest today was to present a petition to the government. I think that's what they say. No, you stay as an organization to say, let me meet the government to engage government for ABC. No. Now, at the end of the day, they refuse to engage the petition. Then that demanding the government that they get the government 2 weeks to respond.
Yeah, 14 days.
Yeah, 14 days. How will the government respond to you on something that you refuse to present to them? You insisting that it must be the president or the vice president. For heaven's sake, it's peaceful. If you engage, it's no force. If you engage the man peacefully, and the man does not listen to you, they can say enough is enough. But you are not engage the man 1 or 2 times. Then you come with it, we are protesting enough. You know, sometimes for us, the level, let us see protest, we see get your creator situation. For example, you know, there was 2 stones to the for the protester. I mean, when they don't have any kind of creator situation, then they say, oh, we had the protest was not already.
All right. Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, Melbourne, and your co-host in the diaspora.
Yes, go ahead, my brother. Yes, we'll listen to you, though.
All right, I'm Peter W. Capo. I call from the second and junction just from the protest ground. Thank you guys for the fascinating discussion. And Melbourne, let me say a special thanks to you people on this particular media platform. You put it extremely well, the education that you provide us. You give us a complete and an opportunity and enlightenment. Let me salute all of you guys. And also the big one go to Molma Moru and all those guys that came to support. And Molma Moru today was a great day in the history of Liberia. You know, we turn out in our number and we converse to really send a message not only to the government of Liberia but also our international panel. Comparatively, yesterday the entire opposition went together, but today it just stands alone. Now people all the protests on June 7th. So that's an amazing movement for us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, people of Melbourne. Good evening to More and good evening to your listener. Emmanuel Sana is my name. I do check on New Hope Jacob Town. Yeah, people of Melbourne, these are big thanks to the police and big thanks to all that today that went out in the rain. Yes, all the negative words that are coming from people that today they were going to be a bad day for Liberia. Thank you for the peace today. We tell God, thank you for all those who left their home, their business to come out today to express themselves about this government, because what this government is doing is very bad to us with the Liberian people, meaning with the motorcyclists. For what the government did to us, for taking off on income, we pay our money and this government rob us. And today, we don't have no account of our money that we pay for our registration. We say thank you to our police that came out today. Thank you for the time you are.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, and good evening, fellow panelists.
This is the voice of Peter Sign. I joined from so many district 4.
Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
All right. Like I said today on the protest ground, this state government is president. They want election to be president and leader for all Liberians and not for some Liberians. So if a single Liberian is disenchanted and coming all the money to express their grievances, I think the government should listen. The issue of today should not be numbers. It comes that the protectors, we were out there, they come to go out. It's what Maple should be discussing. Are we not experiencing Richard Kelly? It's cost of living high in Liberia. Those are the narrative of what we went out there for. In the face of police brutality, them governments or surrounding government, the example is in King George. If we can defy all of the odds, police brutality, all the negative rhetoric they have around this protest, with the downfall of rain today, if we can defy it with no political elements, like in the past protest, we mentioned with today's protest, they have their spending cash loosely, they have Alexander spending cash passing all over.
All right, thank you. Today's caller, good evening. We'll be accusing other people. I'm okay.
Yeah, my name is Eddie P. calling from Chicken Soup Factory. Remember the response they find him.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Well, for us today, you know, for some of us who don't have the chance to get to photo protest, especially working with private company. But however, I want to tell my police thank you, especially Moraba Moru, who's your club Moraba Moru, that they brave, that they only encourage today to put people on the street and nothing happen. We must get up courage tomorrow. Now, look, there's a lesson to our government. Look, today, people in their property. Today, nothing is going on in our country. This is why you see the people come out to speak about it. For me, I don't care. Even if now one person today we're going to tell us, the problem is our country should be at ease. And thanks to Mother so much today. And I just want to tell the police thank you. That's how you see give people the opportunity to get on the street to express themselves. So, bravo to everybody today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Isa Kamara, joined from District 4 to be precise in the community.
Go ahead, Isa.
Yeah, maybe thank you for the opportunity, but let me respond to more. I'm not aware that whenever you get called back complaining to answer a question, saying that why the people refuse to get a petition to the legislator, the people are on a Prince 2 for District 8. Are you not aware that every time you get called back talking and you tell the people to quote, in fact, after the speaker election, there was to be, in fact, to move any person from one committee or they got to be today. So even that many illegal, apart from radio, all the people are on committee or all of them illegal. Are you not aware that the government have become adamant? The government they are weapon Nazi breaking all the rules. Are you not aware? Take people for tenure position, take people for jobs. The government police going all the protest around the country, they work in jail, they shoot people, they kill people. The protest that people been having, they beating people all around the place. More not aware what people come to pretend. We all know that the citizen government really they never handle this country very well, and this is why they never put men against it. But the government have become worse. Why people don't want to speak, they fight. More than somebody like how respectful.
All right, thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, Dewa.
Yes, my dear.
Thank you. This is William Covey, and I attended this conversation from District 3. Let me say good evening to the viewers. Let me use the medium to appreciate the National Police and the government of the Republic of Liberia for exercising restraint today. So today, protesters have clearly told the Liberian people that if protests going violent, it is the protester that can be the cause. In as much protesters remain law-abiding to listen to law enforcement officers, the protest will never go violent. And I must commend some of those protesters today who went out, that they were able to listen to the Liberian National Police and the state security, that the protest did not go violent. No, they attempted making the protest violent. Now when Senator Mobile Simon went on stage to receive the petition, they attempted throwing stones, but thank God to the state security, they exercised restraint. They never retaliated on them because that was a clear provocation against them.
All right. Thank you so much. Charles Cooper, good evening.
Good evening, Mabon.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, Mabon, like you say, I'm Charles Cooper. I call from Coffee to Polo. Firstly, let me extend my thanks to the both angle, both the government and the protester. I think Liberia is for every one of us. It is our right to protest. Even a single Liberian has the right to protest. You don't need majority of the Liberian people to protest. Even all of us protest one way or the other. But me, I normally do my protest on social media and by calling on the radio every day. So it not have to be physical protest. There are a whole lot of protests around the world. There are different ways people can express their anger and frustration. And maybe let me register lastly that I do not buy into the red messenger debate, especially when it comes from the party, from United Party and CDC, because I do not see any of them as red messenger. You cannot tell me United Party folks are the red messenger to protest during we had time when they ruled this country for 12 unbroken years. But June 7th, they were dead. Are they the red messenger, or were they the red messenger at that time? Even today, you cannot tell me sedition are the red messenger. So when United Party and CDC folks are arguing about red messenger, almost the two rows arguing over rank. Who is the first rank when it comes to stadium? Who is the second rank? That I see it. Because both of them have filled this country for nearly 20 years. Especially for the United Party, there is a third term now. She led this country for 12 unbroken years, and almost 14 years, United Party have led this country. But that gone 1 year to almost 2 years. So if you add that on the first 12 years, it's almost 14 years. CDC have ruled this country for 6 years. So what one national problem these two parties have solved in Liberia after our war? So that's why I said from the angle of CDC and UP, if the Liberian people are ready serious for change, it cannot be the two parties. We need a reformist. We need someone who will come with true vision. We don't need a politician, but a leader with true vision for this country. Because the politicians, they have failed Mabel, especially two parties. So that I call that deception and hypocrisy to the higher level. That they will be talking all day. Even Molu, when you are in CDC, at least he spoke up. He spoke out against President. We are, even though he said it was a legal talk, it was a legal audio, but he stood up for some things. So Northern Molu may not be the red messenger, but our United Party for the red messenger too. So let's stop the deception. Some of us, we are fine about that, Fred.
All right. Thank you so much. I think I got to go to the WhatsApp line and be able to take some WhatsApp call. Those of you in the diaspora are also calling. You can call back so that you too can also be part of the show this evening. Yeah, call back on the WhatsApp. We want to take some WhatsApp calls. Then we'll cross over to our people back home. Hello to this caller. Hello, my dear. How you doing? Your name and from where you join us?
Hey, Paul. This is Lady D calling from the state of Rhode Island. How you guys doing?
Well, we are doing great. Thank God for life. It's just that the weather back home is not. Yeah, go ahead.
I know. Thank you guys so much. Maybe one give me some second here, please. I beg you. I just want to say thanks to John Malou and everybody that went out to protest today. We didn't see anything out there. I've been watching from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram. Nothing went wrong. I want to say thanks so much to the organizer. They did a fabulous job. Protest month is not about numbers. It's about the message. Some of the protesters that I had a sign. If I were in Liberia today, I would have my sign too. Joseph Walker was just in Washington relating our case to Donald Trump. The world also need to see what's going on in our country. So if one say that the media don't know, major media, have you gone on all the media? It was on DW Africa, even on TikTok, it was trending. What media did what? I don't know when it comes to CDC and Unity Party, sometimes one get very sentiment, emotional towards the seditions, and I could care less, which I'm not here to tell you to choose side, because you always say like when people let them choose side. I'm not looking for both side. I'm for either or, but let's be real. It's not about numbers or what, and people show up. And I want to commend all the young men and women that show up today. Thank you. Continue to do it.
Thank
all
you.
All the leaders you're talking about, why they didn't show up? Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear, for calling us. So, please, let's just take one or two more WhatsApp calls. Then let me see this WhatsApp call. We want to give a little opportunity to our people too on the other side. Hello, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening, Paul. This is Chichi.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, my dear brother.
Thank you. Today, the stand they came out for the Laban people today. They did show up for the Laban people. And they did what most group in our country refused to do, so then probably some of them. Because right now we see most of the different pressure group, most of the leaders are all working in government today. You don't hear nobody say anything. That was okay. But through Mr. Malu, they were able to come out today and they did the thing. The protest, I think, was successful. Today wasn't it wasn't an ordinary or Thursday in Liberia. Motorbike were back, or Keke Rada were back. People felt the impact of the protest and thing. Whether it was silent or online thing, people felt it. And I like the idea give the petition to those so-called lawmakers in the house there. Because that whole group, they even having confusion among themselves on comedian, all different things. The stand was to make sure that they gave the petition to the president, and he ignored them, or he went and mentioned them to where he went at today. We know that they have been mentioned. Congratulate everybody from the group stand.
All right.
Came and did that thing today. Continue to stand up for the Labrador people and continue to do your best. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, my dear brother, Mr. Cannon, just joining us. So let me see. Let me hear one or two words from him. Then we continue with the cause. Mr. Cannon, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Melbourne. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, Mong, also Ali, and everybody else listening. This is a very fascinating conversation. I was not actually in the position to talk today. I was just watching and listening, but I just want to make some clarifications when it comes to Liberian people, our understanding of protest. First of all, I want to say congratulations to those who participated today in the protest. You may not have seen some of the big guns like the political leaders from other political parties, including the CMC and other people, but there were a lot of people from different background, political background, that were there. They may, this thing it's clear that it was predominantly seditionists that actually carry on this protest. But people actually need to understand that protest is different from popular uprising. Protest is the idea of sending a message. One person can protest, two people can protest, any amount of people can protest. And what matters is getting the message across, either directly or indirectly, to the individuals who are targeted person to receive the message, the people in the country, and the outside world. I think they get that. That service was, that purpose was served, in my opinion. When it comes to popular uprising, wherein the people of the country are fed up, they are fed up. They say, you know what, enough is enough. We tell this government, this president must do X, Y, and Z, or must leave. That one is called popular uprising. But what the people are doing right now is protesting. You have grievances that you want to present to the people who are leading. And when they presented that, even without giving any petition to anybody, for showing up alone, to show up and send a message. But it's very, very embarrassing that government officials were mocking the protest, citing numbers, putting pictures of maybe 20 or 30 or maybe 100 people, pictures. Oh, the protest is not packed. You don't have a lot of people protesting. Shamelessly doing that, as opposed to paying attention for the reason why people are protesting. What people are protesting for? Who are those people? So, the idea that when you are in power, the rest of Liberians are less of a Liberian, or their voices, their concerns are not matter, that's a problem with our country. So whether Joseph Boakai received it, he did not receive it, whether it was given to Peter Paul or no, to nobody, the fact that they show up and spoke well, the whole world listened to it through social media, through Facebook, through YouTube, and other international media carry it too. But it doesn't matter who sees it. It doesn't matter who it was handled, to. What matter is people came out and expressed their grievances, and it was heard very loud and clear. So Joseph Boakai should do the right thing, or the first thing happened today. Somebody say, the reason why it was not violent because the police people. No, it was not because of the police people. It was because of the protesters. Their aim was not to go with violence. Their aim was not to remove Joseph Boakai. Their aim was to get together to show concern so the government can know that the Liberian people are concerned, and they talk about a few things. They enumerated a lot of things that they believe are wrong, and those things are facts. They never make up story. So for me, it doesn't really matter who is there, who is not there. They are all Liberians. They could be from different political parties. Today I saw Binta there. Binta is not from CDC or Unity Party or any other. Binta is the chairperson for auxiliary for CMC. I had a group of people that were there, friends of SK. They were there. And we were not the one that actually initiated the protest, but we believe it was a rightful thing to do. It's important that opposition should get together no matter who is heading it to hold this government feet to the fire. I just wanted to make that point. It doesn't matter how many people turn out. It doesn't matter who receive it, but the fact that the message is received, Joseph Boakai, they can tell you, they will mock the protest, they will talk trash, they will all they don't care, but I can guarantee you, they are afraid.
Oh yes.
They got some kind of snake in their boo right now. In their gown. They got some kind of snake under their gown right now. They are having conversations. And in the days to come, we'll tell you some of the things that they are discussing and what they really feel about this protest.
Mr. Carter, before I even go back to the land, I'm going to take a few calls. I think you are quite correct because they are afraid. That's why they are attacking, acting like in fact they want to do everything in politics. Because if you have no motive, if you have nothing, why will you be fighting other Liberians just because they are standing up? So let me just take a few calls, then we'll go back to our team and close the show. Hello to David King. Yeah, David King, quickly go ahead.
Our protest was several today. Monk, I don't know the feeling he has with George Weah and people who associated with George Weah. Our protest was not a George Weah protest. It was never a Musa Berete or Mr. Cummings protest. We protested as Liberians. Issues that are affecting us in this country by this government. This is why we came out. DW News for Germany, they carried out protest. So I don't know what message you really wanted us to send out. You wanted us to be choking rock, or the sub government official was going away, or close down people. No, that was not the intention. The intention was just for us to make our point known to Mr. Boakai and the government. And it happened successfully today. So that's all about it. Thank you.
All right, thank you quickly to this caller. Quickly, good evening.
Good evening, Mabel. How are you today?
Yes, yeah, okay, thank God. Go ahead quickly, my brother. 30 seconds.
Yeah, my name is Mamuse. I'm calling you from Broville. Yeah, I don't want people to say that the protest was not successful today. People went to work and then they expressed themselves, whether it was one or two persons, they were able to put their message across. But I think many people just decide to learn the lesson that at the end of the day, they will just be able to monitor the protest and then they will not be able to go in the ring. And because a lot of the people, they do these things
and sometimes they do concessions behind their back. But the message was just simple. The message is some people are just dissatisfied with the way the government system. And one key point that the government need to take out, no matter it's even a single person that has a dissatisfaction, it is a message that you need to take it and take it back to the drawing board.
All right, quickly to Uncle Brown. 30 seconds, Uncle. We got to go.
Yeah, thank you so much. And let me thank all of you that were on the panel today. And Segu just said something. You know, protest and popular or rioting, they are two different things. One person can even protest. Two person can protest. But when they say popular or rioting, it means you want to take out the government. Now, even when they kill you, you say you're going. The government will not sit there for up, army will not just kill almost half of the citizens. That's what they call popular or rioting. But when I'm popular or rioting, they were sending a message. My only recommendation to State and the other group is that don't say 14. The president acknowledged already. The president on occasion, and then he acknowledged you. So he received your petition. Directly or indirectly, he received it. So get left between now and the formulation of the budget that coming between now and December. When the budget passed and some of those things you listed, they are not mentioned, then you can take action.
All right, thank you so much. I think my uncle just knew it. That's a fact because even the president mentioned. But Mr. Kane, Mr. Kane, all right. But Ali, let you 1 minute, please. Ali, to go.
Yeah, thanks to the caller for participating on the show, and again, thanks to Moluba Molu, and thanks to everybody that went out there today and show some level of responsibility, and thanks to the Liberia National Police, because for me, I always criticize them, and I said they protest, they were going to brutalize people. I said it last time, oh yes, and today they show some level of responsibility, and it is all because of what we say against them. So they will say, oh, these people, they say all these negative things about all we had to put ourselves together. The protest is not about Alexander Cummings, it's not about George Weah, it's not about Musa Bedete. Musa Bedete, without government joy, he can support the family, Legwa, Alexander Cummings, Legwa, George Weah, and then let's go on all other political parties or leaders. So this is about the Liberian people that cannot afford to pay their children's school fee. They cannot even afford health care for their children. When they go to the hospital, you have to bring $10,000 before I even say see your child or children. So, Joseph Wakai, if you will say because he didn't see Josh Weah, he didn't see Alexander Kumi, you didn't see Juyo Howard Taylor, Musa Bedete, and the list go on. So you will downplay the protest. 2029, you will get a regret. Don't say because you saw Moluba Molu and you were with CDC, you saw Askara Gray, you saw Abby Wisse, and the list go on. So you will downplay this protest, you will feed it 2029.
All right,
so
thank you.
Thank you. Is about the Liberian people. You should take it serious. Everything that they say over there, these are things that you're doing in the country. Till we can see again tomorrow. Thanks to the Liberian National Police and Moluba Molu. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, Monk. Monk. Well, I think Brazilian Monk maybe somewhere. But again, folks, let me say thanks to all of you, those of you that call in. You know, for me, I'm always saying this. Liberia is all we have. We got to disagree to agree. That's the beauty of democracy. Don't behave like maybe those people that were in the street today, they come from Ghana, or maybe they come from Nigeria, or maybe they come from Sierra Leone. No, they are all Liberians, and they are your brothers and sisters. So even if you have issues, maybe political issues, it's up to you. Allow them to also express. You know, that's a beauty. Yeah,
I was talking about. I think I mistakenly muted myself.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah, go ahead. We're going to
well, we're almost out of time. Yeah, not much. I mean, thanks for the people who organized the protest. The thing here is politics is about choice, it's about optics, it's about perception. I would say it 1,000 times, and we all have different goals and expectations when it comes to protest. For me, I got a whole different standard for protest. That's why I'm very selective as to the kind of a protest I will engage in, but that's politics. And until we meet again, to the folks on Sktv and the audience, we say thanks for being here, and we'll do it another day. If I will be here tomorrow, hopefully.
All right, good. So good night, my people. Good night to all of you. Good night. I love you all, but God love you the best. We'll see you on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise from them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make you, I can't Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I dine ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.